Hello, friends. It's that time of the month where I get to show you how it went in my planners and my journals from last month. I have been using this one. This is a Hobonichi HON, the A5 size. And you know what? It's been a good month. I'm in my cozy vibes. I got my tea ready, got my candle, but I don't want it to bug you. And I got my sweater. Oh, I got my fall nail colors. I am loving this time of year. So, and it shows because in my planners, I go all out. Here is the monthly section of this planner. I actually use this planner as both catch-all planner, and I also use it as a journal, a daily journal, because I try to use each section of this planner. So here is the monthly section. I use it for a daily scripture reflection. So I reference it when I'm writing in my daily pages. And I like this one because I just go in the beginning of the month and I fill it out completely. So there is that section. And then going into the weekly section, I believe I went into this last month, so I won't go into depth with this page, but just a few stickers. I think it was more functional this week than decorative, but I do like the oranges here with the blue. It's kind of weird, but I like it. I did finish reading some books. I actually finally got my stamps. I am very happy about that because I love these stamps from the Coffee Monsters Co. And I'm using up the sticker stash that I have. These stickers were actually a gift. It came with, they were like freebies. It came with a mug that I purchased. So there's that week. Here is week 41. So the first week of October or the second week, I don't know. But I got my washi tape from the Coffee Monsters Co. I like how this looks, guys, because I started implementing my stamps and they're really pretty. I like combining it with my Sailor Shikiri brush pens for like the main events, things that really don't change throughout the week. Like for example, my Thursday meeting, my Saturday meetings, and my sidebar. I actually like the simplicity of this because I added here in this week. I have training day with a friend, Prime Day on the 7th and the 8th. I love Amazon. And what I'm currently reading. When I plan, I actually do the sidebar, and then Monday I decorate everything, and then I plan each day as it comes. So I like that I implemented very minimal stickers. I did do a lot of some time blocking because it was a busy week. This week's a big deal because we went to Yokaipa for apple picking. We did not do any apple picking, but it was a fun time because we actually played volleyball. I was super sore the next day. It was so bad. At Sweet O'Clock, indulge in some delicious donuts, secretly thinking of Cinnabons. I like cinnamon rolls. I like to share these with you guys, but I also like to do it for myself. That way, because I'm a weirdo. I do like rewatching my videos because I put a lot of time into it for it to be a cozy, enjoyable experience for my viewers, but also for myself. So it's sort of like a memory keeping practice for me when I go through these flip throughs with you. This week, starting on the 13th, I love this. I kind of got into my weekly setups. I have a little swatch page here of all the different all the different markers that I used in this page with washi tape. I think this was from the Happy Planner from a few years ago that I got, and I love this. And this is when I started my little habit of using this beautiful stamp from the Coffee Monsters Co. And it just has a mug. It's got a little fountain pen. It's got a washi tape. There's a little emoji, a little heart bookmark, and some stickers on the side. It's perfect for a week start setup. So you implemented some of her sticky notes, some of my own stickers that I used to have in my shop, and some highlights. Rainy day. This is my favorite day of the month because it finally rained here in SoCal, and I am still in my reading mood. I'm implementing my workouts on here, so have been debating whether I should just write down my workout schedule here along with my daily, house chores. If you see casita here, that just means my little home in Spanish. So that's why I write a lot of casita there. Some volunteer work, some house chores. Make breakfast for Julio, French toast, fruit, yogurt, parfait, and cafecito. That was a good day. Babysit Lunita. We had a lot of fun that day with my little niece. It was great. So I kind of see a pattern here with the weekend of I don't plan as much, but I will put like, a big event probably in big letters there. Going into the next week of October, and I believe this is the last week. No, we still got one more week. This is when again, with the Coffee Monsters Co. stamps, some of the sticky notes. I'm loving these sticky notes, guys. It's just, they're really great to either highlight or just time block that as well. They stick really well. I'm not gonna lie, because there's some sticky notes that are weird, but these stick really nicely. And I like that this setup implemented some of the fall colors, and that's why I love um, decorating my planners, because at my house, yes, I do love fall colors and there's a lot of warm tones in my home, but this is how I like to welcome the season into my life, through my journals and my planner decoration. So I actually did use a hole punch for this, like a circle hole punch, and I like this. But I did miss the sticky notes, so I still implemented them. This was a big day because I finally got to visit the Mount Forest stationery store here. It's a local stationery shop. Such a nice day to go. The sky was blue. It was just great. It was great. So here this week I was filming the YouTube video. We had a game night Friday and hang out with the friends. And don't forget that Saturday I had a big event going. I had an assembly day. And then on Sunday I just did a little note on how I didn't expect to be as sore as I was. Let me share this with you guys. I was struggling with sleep. But this day on Sunday, I wrote, "Oh my God, I didn't expect to be this sore next day after assembly. It was good to do the activity and I'm so glad I participated, but I really wish I would have braced myself for the workout. Maybe stretch immediately after. So sore. This actually lasted until the next week." I remember that because I was in pain. But it was good. I love the workout. Anytime I can do some physical activity, it's great because I do embrace those times where my body is just done. And I sleep in or I take the naps and I do allow my body to rest. So whenever I have activity that was not planned for, I still take advantage. So I'm not complaining so much about that. Just a little memory. Here I put breakfast and matcha latte. I did like the matcha I got from there. And some time blocking. There was nap time. Choose color combos for pocket journals. I love that because it's a little emoji with Tombow markers. Oh, and this has been my go-to theme for October for this season. This combo here. It's my favorite. It's a favorite. And then the last week of October here in my weeklies, as you can see, there is a definite pattern. I loved using it. So I did use it here in the middle of the week when I planned, but here I used the stamp in the sidebar, and I think I'm staying with it for this month. As you can see, I do like that. So I kept it this week. I had an in-person Pilates class. Finally doing my Hobonichi Cousin 2026 setup. I love doing those setup videos because it's a good prep for next year. And that way I can just, come the last week of December, which is when we can start using our Hobonichi planners, I can dive right into my planner and decorate it already with the tabs and stuff. So that video is actually up already when you're watching this. I did implement a little bit more of the stamps. I'm not gonna lie, this color combination in my weekly, I do not like. This is the thought that I actually wrote down, thoughts on this spread. It's a 4 out of 10. I rated it, apparently. Definitely not one of my favorite ones, although I am being nicer about imperfect spreads. I can better on the spacing of my highlights. The color combo was way off. There's warm tones, there's cool tones in the washi tape. It's a pretty beautiful. I love this washi tape. I just didn't like how I combined it. It is an actual representation of how I am feeling. So maybe that's good. I guess it is good because then it shows like, oh, you were really feeling good, huh? Yeah, it's okay. I like this lock in sticker. It's about time I clean the shower. I hate cleaning the shower, guys. That's one of the chores at home I do not like. I try, but the shower, oh, I hate the shower. I hate cleaning the shower. So every time I would shower, I would just look around and I'm like, you're disgusting. You're gross. You got to do that. But I finally did it. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so now going into my dailies. I started off so nicely because the cover page for chapter 10 in 2025, I have been redecorating the bedroom and I just do that all the time. One of the walls in our bedroom, it's perfect for a gallery wall. I wanted to visualize how I wanted my gallery wall to look like. So I just kind of doodled for October, some little birds, like some trees. I have like a reading nook in the corner of our bedroom. So I did want like a library card kind of thing, some books on there, something that says like one more chapter. And then I really like this quote by Edgar Allan Poe: there is no beauty without some strangeness. I like that quote. So, and then this is just little matcha lady sticker I created. So I did draw that as my cover. So going into this first page, I didn't do anything in this page until later. When I got my order from the Coffee Monsters Co., I went back, I back journaled. I like seeing this on my paper because then I could go back and reference this and see like, oh yeah, I like how this looks with this color and stuff like that. So it's like my first time using it. So my order from the Coffee Monsters Co. is finally here. I was very happy about that. That's when I got the stamps. Nothing so important on this side. It was just like some budget stuff that I had. And then on the third, implementing my stamps. I like the simplicity of this because I like the big letters. I like that I wrote this way and also the horizontal way. Ideas on what to cook. Taquitos de papa. They're little potato tacos. Okay, maybe I've been a little ambitious on using the plural form of ideas because that's all I got. So it's basically just idea. One idea on what to cook. Potato tacos. Doing a major catch up today. It's all good. Just my weekly and mainly my personal study journal. I can just continue where I left off and my A6. No biggie. Aw, growth. Little pat in the back. Note there for me. This is another page that I did. They were blank. So when I did a stationery visit or I got a stationery order, I just journaled about it on here. So this is from Little Craft Place. Got really cool stickers from Abby C sticker book. I got my first washi tape from Note and Wish. I don't have much purple washi tape, so I'm really digging into my cooler tones for I guess prepping for this season coming up. I've noticed that I only have one washi tape that's purple. So I'm like, you know what? As I was placing this order, I got my TWSBI Echo fountain pen, or TWSBI Eco or Echo, I don't know, but in espresso, and that's this one right here. I love this pen. It's an extra fine nib, and just growing my fountain pen collection. So I just kind of wrote down what I paired it with as well, and that was in Cafe Crema by Robert Oster. So, and that was what I got here in Jet Pen. So my orders kind of came at the same time. I just glued down the little comic section that comes with your order when you order from Jet Pens. I love Jet Pens for all my stuff. I finally got my clip. So cute. And some more washi tape from Eric Little Things. So cute, this little house one. And I love the foils. Next one, I think this was a little more chaotic because even though I do like the color combo, teal with some of like gold color, it was kind of like, I think I backplanned here. I was really struggling to be consistent with my daily pages. So I kind of did just my October tasks. I did do my daily scripture reflections, some habits, still struggling with the habits, and then a to-do list there. So I got my order from Cynthia. This next page kind of shows where I'm diving more into color, and I like color combining different markers that I have. So I did some doodles, I did my nails, I like doing my gel. They're not press-ons because you do have to cure them, but I like doing my nails. So this is just a little doodle of my supplies to do my nails. I filmed a YouTube video and then kind of like what I had in mind to edit. So I'm starting to implement social media planning. So this is when I kind of start realizing I may need to, implement a social media planner because this is mainly for journaling. So I think I needed extra space. This is one of my favorite spreads also from this month because this blue with the gold and then this kind of gray to neutralize those colors, I loved it, especially because I've been working a lot on the spacing of my spreads. This is some volunteer work that I had from September, to-do list, need to send stuff as soon as possible, need to order some Walmart groceries. Tired, but we did study for meeting today. Very happy about that. So that's my daily page here on the day 12 and 13. Again with the fall colors, some doodles. This is actually when I did more doodles on like these leaves. I actually drew these. I enjoyed doing that because I did a mixture of some jelly rolls and Tombow markers. I just like fall. And I love my sticky notes, but sometimes they don't really cater exactly for the space that I have. So I usually just draw my sticky note here with a little bit of washi tape. And I try to do a little grid when I can. Here I write, engagement on YouTube has been so rewarding. Oh, thank you guys. I'm getting good feedback on the September flip through. Hey, hopefully for October flip through as well of my planners. Reading their sweet messages is really making my day. And as I share with Julio, he seems to agree with what they say. I love how supportive he is. Still growing. I like this. I like this. So good. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for always sharing your thoughts. This was a very special 2 days for me because I again implementing these beautiful fall colors. Big deal because again this was rainy day, so I did a little rainy day sticker. I believe these are from the Happy Planner. Yes, they're like the see-through ones. And I need to return audiobook by 8:32. Oh yeah, because I borrow some books from Libby, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, from my local library in digital format. So, well, the audiobook. So I had to make sure I reminded myself to do that. And then not sure how I feel. I've been confident in the content put out on social media. I enjoy it and work hard. If a brand wants me to promote, whether by taking my time and using their product and post about it, what about compensation? Oh, yeah, this was interesting because a brand actually reached out to me and I really appreciate that. It's a great opportunity, but it just didn't align with my goals at the moment. So this is a little note as to why I chose to say a no for now. So I like that. Just a little reminder for myself as to like why sometimes, yes, I am growing and I love that, but sometimes you have to be a little more realistic. And that's what I did with myself. I was realistic as to the time I actually have to work with a brand that may not align with how I feel at the moment. So I like this. This is, again, favorite spread. Oh, I love this combination. That's why I had to implement it, especially with these grid sticky notes that I used as like little boxes. I love the spacing of this. This not so much because it kind of I could have gone a little further. See the spacing. And what I do is if I write this practice assignment and I put a little like an extended explanation of what I want to do pertaining to that task, then when I'm writing my daily reflection or like a journal prompt kind of thing, then I'll be writing here and I'll count the spaces. So I did use like about 1 or 2 grid spaces here. So I try to do 1 or 2 grid spaces to the right or below that as well as I'm writing. So that kind of helps a lot as to how I go about my spacing. Thoughts on tonight? I really thought we were going camping as oh. I could totally use a sticker about me with a pouty face. Thoughts on tonight? I really thought we were going camping as a spontaneous last minute thing. Julio had already arranged to care for Lunita. I love her, but he seems to have forgot we were here to spend time together doing something we like. It's just sucky. This is me not being reasonable. And it's just, I love spending time with Julio. So whenever we don't, it's kind of like, but I want to spend more time. I guess I was very clingy this day. Totally got over it. We're so good. We're good. On this page, I actually got some stickers from Beauty by Starlet that I loved. Some video ideas for social media. I am really struggling. Oh, I think this is for insert Ross from Friends. Hi. I think this is, I know you aren't feeling it, but do one cleaning activity. Hard to get out of bed today. So I like this. I like that I was able to at least do some chores, and I did do these: the dishes, make the bed, eat something clean, bathroom for real this time, and then text my best friend. I call her Boo. So that was this one. It's not always great, as you can see. We struggle sometimes. No, I re-inked my Pilot Vanishing Point fountain pen. That's a little hard to pronounce for right now. And it's splotchy. I don't like it right now. Oh yeah, I hadn't cleaned it, so that's why. But it's a great pen. Busy day checklist. Here we go. Feeling girly, feminine energy is returning. I'm very happy about that. So here's another spread that I actually really like. These stickers, these butterfly stickers are from Serica Studio, and I paired it with some washi tape from MT Masking Tape and some letter stickers. And I think this is when I started kind of cleaning up my, going the extra mile to clean up my lettering. So I do like to hand letter. So when I do like playful fonts like this, I am starting to go into the edges and clean them up, or just highlight them a little bit more. And I'm glad I did that, because you can tell there's a difference. Like for example here, that's nice. That's actually a brush pen, but let me see if I can get an example. Yeah, see, like this. This is kind of like the same brush pens that I use. On this one, it's nice. I still like it, but if I want to go for more of that bubbly kind of font, cleaner, crisp look, then I I did like that I outlined it with the other, like the other tip. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I'm using a brush pen, I first go in and I hand letter, and then I use the other tip, the finer tip, to clean it up. And that's what I do. It does take a minute. It does take a little longer, but I think it's been worth it. Do a little bit of back planning from last week's and add small note for previous dailies. It's okay. I like these little notes, and I'm being nicer to myself. Pastry buffet. Oh, I think I did this when I was filming with my cafecito. Had Oreo, slice of carrot cake, leftover pumpkin spice bread from Starbucks. I am having this throughout the day. No. Oh, this snow was like a little fountain pen, like the ink. I think I smeared it. So that's why it's little no. Not because of the like super unhealthy um, pastry buffet, but because of the smear. It's okay. I actually didn't end up finishing that. So I'm happy about that, because now that I look back, I'm like, man, you were planning on eating that, but I'm glad you didn't. Okay, going on to the next page. I actually had fun with this color combination. I got the new matcha from Mount Forest. That was my trip there. I loved visiting that little shop. The staff was not only knowledgeable about their product, but they were so friendly. Their progressive stamp, I messed up and suggested, and she suggested I do it again. It was so sweet. It's actually the progressive stamp that I'm talking about there. I'm actually going to show you in my A6 journal, as to what I'm talking about here, but she actually suggested that I do it again. So I can take a clean postcard I also got some freebies to Just Adorable. It was such a great day, and these little stickers from Beauty by Starlit. So the matcha, I must say that I was a little skeptical on trying a new matcha. I'm a little picky with it, but I am so glad I tried this one. There's no added sweetness, and it tasted delicious as a hot latte. Definitely recommend the new matcha from Mount Forest. So good. And then this page is actually the inspo for my recent weekly spread in November. I love this. This is a washi tape I actually got at Mount Forest, and it's by Kozika Products. I'll link it if you want, but I combined it with this like navy blue, and that's what I like to do. I like to bring out the contrast colors here. I thought a lot about this teal color, but because this clock was like an orangey red, I wanted to do the red and the blue. So this is a Pentel brush pen, and this is a Sailor Shikori in Yonagi, I believe. That's the ink. And then some sticky notes, Jet Pen's little craft place haul. I got some cute things in the haul, so I think it deserved full pages in unused dailies. That's what you saw at the beginning. I was already able to use some stuff in my journal spreads, and I'm so obsessed. I can't believe I'm able to be consistent with the hobby that not only motivates me to do my chores, but I get to play with stationery. It's awesome. It's just great. Okay, now going into the last few pages. I got 3 more pages left. Thank you for being patient with me. I don't like this. I don't like it, so I'm not going to go into depth, but all my orders arrived. Yay! We spent some time with the friends. That's a little note on there. And then some social media planning as to what I wanted to post and also film. So I did take care of that using some of the Archer and Olive washi tape here. Oh man, I just realized that I wrote tomorrow's daily text reflection on today's. Oh well, I'm back planning, so I guess this is prone to happen. Mixing things up, dot, dot, dot. Doing yesterday's reflections. So it's okay. Sometimes you make mistakes, and sometimes you can just go in and cover it with like another sticky note or a sticker, whatever you want. But I think I just chose to switch up, especially with your journal prompts. If you like to follow a journal prompt throughout the month, these are kind of easy to mix up sometimes, but I guess I didn't really mind. My brain needed this. Don't forget your timestamps. Oh yeah, this is a lot of social media planning. Ugh, but like why? I guess I wasn't feeling too great that day. And then going on to our last daily pages. I love how this looks. These are from the Coffee Monsters Co. MT masking tape. I think I'm gonna end my daily pages. I made some keto pizza. It was this whole thing. I didn't like how this turned out. Could work on that. I doodled something and I just covered it with the sticker. Just meaning that I cooked that day. I tried a new recipe that day. Here, I'm gonna read this because it was a big deal for me, so I'm gonna show it to you. Although you have been struggling with your health and weight, which makes you be a little mean to yourself, I am proud of you for working on your personality. Keeping an honest heart isn't easy. So here's a kissy. And it was just a little emoji kissy for myself. And that is the Hobonichi cousin. So I'm going to go through my A6 journal. This I use as a personal diary. So I wrote down for the cover, starting to see the little light at the end of the tunnel. Didn't do anything for the first day. The second day was tough. The third day, I heard my uncle was not doing so well. So I kind of went in and explained that this week has been a little draining. I get spurts of energy, and when I do, I get overwhelmed, but in the most motivational way. Like I start looking around the room and start organizing in my head, wanting to rearrange everything. So I start decluttering. So it is a lot. I get headaches and stuff. That happened. This next page is where I'm telling you this is the postcard that I kind of messed up and they allowed me to redo it. So this was the one that I messed up. It kind of smeared. So she saw that from Mount Forest, the stationery shop I talked about in my dailies. And she's like, you know what? You can go ahead and do it again. And this is free when you go into their shop. So I thought it was so sweet that she noticed that, you know, it's smeared and I can get a cleaner one. So that is in my, I actually keep that separate. So these are some of the pens that I got. Really great pens. These are not Sailor Shikori pens. These are actually Sailor Ink pens. So same, they look the same, but these are different line, I think. So they got, I got different colors. I got the matcha, I doodled a little bit. I got a freebie sticker there. Some of the, this is actually really cool because it's a refillable highlighter. And I got some washi tape. Those are my swatches. Beautiful. So it's the Sayuri Fujimaki by Cozy Ka washi tape. Amazing. I love that. The quality of it is perfect. Another entry here. I got the feeling of wanting to go outside today. That's a big deal. So I just put a little like happy face. So I'm very proud of that. Some of the stickers that I used to have in my shop, Julio drives locals today. So it's a little Mr. Cafecito in a little delivery truck. Here I'm liking my cool tones. So I like doing this because if I'm adding lots of square or rectangles in my decor, like for example, there's a square, rectangle, 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 then I like to add some contrast with some like dotted lines or like a circle shape or like these little doodles that I like to do. This is a Jelly Roll pen 32037, and that's like a grayish tone. I actually used the sticky notes from the Coffee Monsters Co. as well with that Jelly Roll. So they work nicely. They actually work nicely with the fountain pens and Jelly Rolls. So very good quality sticky notes. And I like that contrast color here was this Pentel sign brush pen in like a deep purple. So I do like that. Here's another spread. I used a little matcha lady, some stickers that I created a while back. It's always tea time. Happy moment. I thoroughly enjoyed my weekend. Just a little memory there. And then here is a fall spread. I did some doodles. Again, I do like doing that. If I like a spread in my daily pages or my weekly pages in my other planner in my Hobonichi cousin, then I will definitely repeat it into my other planners and journals. So that's what I did here. Hello, you're doing great. So proud of you. I would like to enjoy the rainy day without a headache, please. That would be nice, but the humidity kind of kills me. This one, oh, I love this color combination. And then I'm using up some of my washi tapes that I got from the washi tape shop, I believe a year ago or 2 years ago. And I had just stashed it. If I don't see it, I forget about it. So I kind of was decluttering and I found some of these washi tapes and I love this. And this is what I mean by me kind of cleaning up the edges, because it would have looked a little harder on the eyes if I didn't clean these up. So buenos dias just means good morning in Spanish. Hello today. And then I put how I feel that day, or like for example, in this one, I literally journaled on a sticky note and then I put it in here and did some washi tape. So sometimes I don't have the energy to go in and decorate completely. Even though this looks nice, I like how this looks. And I used a sticker. I used 2 stickers, one little strip of washi tape, and I just divided it in half, and then some little doodles and some hand lettering with my journal entry. So I like this. Definitely a honey vanilla latte kind of day. I have rollers in my hair, did my gua sha routine, made our bed, overhearing Julio practice his talk a million times. He always does so well in them. So I don't know if it's all the practice he gives and energy or not, but I want him to feel good about it all. I will see you mañana. Oh, and I got my shower cleaning stuff today, finally, and a little heart. Just to give you an idea of sometimes, you know, when I'm feeling good, this is this kind of stuff I write. And then going into the last pages, it happens. I just got done filming a short form video of Hobonichi A5 weekly spread. Oh man, it's a lot of work, 20 minutes. Yeah, so this is I love creating content for you guys. When I do a short form video, like for TikTok or for Instagram or for even shorts here on YouTube, I will take my time with it decorating, and I will actually take that time. So 20 to 30-minute videos will be condensed into a 30-second or a 1-minute video at most, usually. for you guys to enjoy. So I do want to work on getting monetized on TikTok. In order to do that, I need to reach 10,000 followers. Yeah, I'm at like 2,000, but hey, we're working on it. We're working on it. Like what? I think I can do it. I don't know. So feeling a little weird about it, but it's okay. We're enjoying this process, and that's the whole point of enjoying it, enjoying what you do. This more minimal decor as well. I did use some of those sticky notes, and I doodled some pumpkins. I feel like this could have used a little more detail, but I guess I didn't do that much detail that day. This was a big deal because we did like sort of a spontaneous kind of date night. There's some lavender nights at this lavender farm. So cute. They're not in season right now, I guess, the lavender plants, but they do cover it all with beautiful lights. And the whole farm is just, it's made for date night. Like it's just so romantic, so with the low lights, lots of places, and I actually got some stationery there. So it's called the 123 Farm. I loved it. It was such a great day. So I tend to kind of take like one picture on Instagram and then I'll just highlight it. So if you want to see a little bit about how that day went. This one says, should we cancel plans tonight and rest? No. I don't know. This is one of my favorite spreads. I know I say that all the time, but I take the time to decorate these. So looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love having chosen this. I'm gonna say that this dotted line is a little wonky. I don't really like that because it just kind of looks like, I don't know, a bee that was like a little drunk. That's the only way I can explain it. It just looks weird. But washi tape from these were the part of the leftover subscriptions from the Coffee Monsters Co. And I paired it with Abby C's sticker books and some of her stickers. So beautiful, so creative. And so I played around with the color here too. So I used my Cafe Crema ink here, fountain pen, and then here I actually used my green, also a TWSBI Eco, and then the ink on here, I believe, oh, it's also Robert Oster. It's the eucalyptus leaf. So those are the two inks that I used here. So I do like that. And then for the last 2 days, I went a little creative with it as well, with the Archer and Olive stickers and a little bit of Abby C's stickers as well. And it seems like I could be better. Currently taking a well-deserved break after finally cleaning the shower. So it happened. It did happen, guys. I don't just write it to be done and not do it. Well, sometimes that happens, but that's how it was. So that is October in my A6 planner. Weekly planners, I call them my additional journals. I will go a little faster on these because this is my personal Bible study journal, and it's been repetitive. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a repetitive journey, and I love it because I am focused on just building the habit of reading one chapter of the Bible a day. And I've been struggling, but as far as like decor, I don't have much decor. I have my habits, which is a chapter of the day, some volunteer work, and water. I like to track my sleep hours as well. It's been fluctuating, and then what I want to do that week and what the how my schedule's gonna look. So this is how October looks in this planner. I did a little bit of decor here with Serica Studio and the washi tape shop. Washi tape, and then I just put a note here. This week was a little harder to stay on top of my reading schedule. I was so focused on finishing Anne of Green Gables. Okay, guys, I didn't prioritize my Bible reading because I was reading Anne of Green Gables, but it's just, I was so into that book. And when I start something, I want to so much finish it to prove to myself that I could do it. So when I wanted to read, I read that. Next week's setup is so cute, though. We'll be back to my habit. So let's see next week's setup. Of course, I hope you guys don't mind. I like to repeat spreads like you saw in the previous planners that I like. And this was spread that was on repeat for this season. And I just love this yellow ochre Pentel Sign Brush Pen. This is just perfect for these fall color washi tapes as well. So I was consistent here. I didn't do anything on Friday, but this last week of October, I put another note. I guess I was struggling, got my period this week. Oops, too much information. Just skip that. This week, and although I did my best to stay productive, we did watch this month's broadcasting. I didn't make time for my Bible reading. Yeah, I don't feel so good about it, but I am determined to continue using my planners. This is the most important one, and that's true. I actually went back to it this week when I'm actually filming this. So that is my reading journal. And now my workout journal. This is an easy notebook to use. So sorry, I didn't even mention. This is a weekly, Kinbor Weekly, just so you know. And then this is from Daiso. It's a notebook that I actually got from Daiso. And I liked decorating this because I can focus and on playing with stickers, and then my schedule, I kind of just go in every day as to what I did. So here's a new week, new you little sticky note, just motivational sticker, and some other emoji stickers, some workout stickers. These stickers are actually from the Happy Planner. This is sort of like a practice thing, and I've actually done this before. I actually had to get the Hobonichi cousin, I think in 2023, I was practicing doing the same layout. So I'm getting a vertical planner. I do the same layout in like a blank bullet journal, and it helps me see if I can really use it before I purchase it, or if before I use the new one that I have. So, and I have been doing that. So I like this. I put this one, you got this, a little water habit tracker. I did like doing the swatches up here of the markers that I used in the spread, and I go in and check off if I did it or if I didn't. And a little note, caught up on my Bible reading while taking a 20-minute walk on the pad. So I like this. I do a little journal entry on like just what I needed to get back into the routine of working out. So Sundays is usually my rest day, but this is the last week, I believe. Yeah, it's actually the last week. Did I do it right? Oh, I didn't show you the first week, but this is the first week. My thoughts. This week was a little bit difficult to be consistent with. I think I do miss the in-person Pilates classes with Boo. Boo is my best friend. I love the convenience of YouTube ones, but consistency, and then a little sad face. So yeah, it was hard to do it the first week of October. We saw the second week, then the third week, and then the last week. And I don't think we're going to go much into depth with this because this is part of November, but this is how November is looking like. And I do like this because this was actually a good week. Even though I didn't do workouts every day, I did go in and say, although I didn't do my official workout, I was able to deep clean the kitchen, like fridge, stove, and that makes me work up a sweat. It's like a little emoji too. So yeah, it was a good month in my workout planner as well. And then the one that I just could not be consistent with, because as you can see, I was kind of focused more on other things, was my reading journal. I love decorating this thing. I love it. I love the spreads that I have. It's just, it seemed to be like a really great setup, the size of it as well, for like a reading tracker. I was just kind of writing down anything to do with what I was reading, whether it was like the Bible reading or any physical books or audiobooks as well. I would write it down here. So I did decorate a little bit here. This was, I think, my favorite spread. Yeah, it was my favorite spread. Oh, but this one, no, this is definitely one of my favorite spreads in this um, reading journal. And I just kind of wrote down, it really is just a list of what I'm reading. Here I'm writing, today was difficult to indulge in the joy of reading. Daily text reflection, Hobonichi cousin. Journal was something easily done since my spread was cute. Decoration is not bad. Weekend, I finally finished reading Anne of Green Gables. Yay, I finished it this day, and that's October 19, I believe. Finally finished reading Anne of Green Gables. Wow, I cried. Ellen Montgomery, the author of Anne of Green Gables, writing is enjoyable. I found myself not only relating to Anne, but also learning. So that was a very nice experience. So I'm glad I still came back and journaled about my experience. Or I doodled a little more flowers here, a little more leaves, and I kind of went into depth as to I honestly don't like this. I don't like how it looks, even though it's a beautiful color combination, and I did the cutouts here with the hole punch, but I don't like that I messed up on using different pens. And usually I'm not that like picky. I use like a gel pen, Energel Clena, and then I ended up using like a fountain pen. Yes, they're both brown, but they're different browns. And it mattered, I guess. It matters to me right now. So I'm going to say it. This is the last week in October going into November, week 44. One of my favorite, most enjoyable experiences to decorate this page, because I actually went in before. I would go in each day and I would add like the day, the list of reading. But on this one, I actually went in and like, I want to say predicted what I was going to, like the amount of space I need for each day. So I actually went in with each color. That way I didn't have to carry around all the different Tombows that I was using for this specific spread. And I love that I used a check-in little box in my spread. So this was really nice. I actually like that. So although it was a nice spread, I didn't keep up with it. It's just not working for me right now. And it's kind of like a little motto of, it doesn't mean that it's a no ever. It's just a no right now. So right now, it's a no for this little cute pocket journal, but maybe a little later, who knows? But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, a very, very chatty video as to how my planners and journals went for this month. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.